Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to Planet Webinar Series, Network Management System Solution. I'm Chloe Su, your presenter for today and the Marketing Manager of Planet Technology. So for today's session, we'll spend the first 25 minutes talking about how Planet Network Management System Solution can help you easily manage your network, followed by a 5-minute Q&A session. So please submit your questions to the chat room or to leave your messages to sales@planet.com.tw, and we'll try to get to everybody's questions at the end of this webinar. Now let's get started. So for the agenda today, first we'll talk about some challenges. What are some IT administrators' problems for the network management? And then we'll be talking about what Planet can help you with to solve the problems. The third one, I'll spend some time sharing our Smart Network Management solution, also known as the NMS series and the Cloud Viewer. And last, we'll talk about the Q&A section. So first, let's go to some challenges you may concern. So for today's company IT infrastructure, they are become more and more complicated. For example, a typical enterprise network has at least a switch, a wireless AP, and a router for basic connection. There might be an IP phone for communication and also IP camera for surveillance. So when the network architecture grows bigger and has hundreds of devices that needs to be monitored, it takes a lot of time to check and manage each of the items. So how to solve this problem? The administrator needs help from managing all the devices more efficiently. Also, the cloud technology is a trend for network management at the moment, and you may be wondering if we can leverage the cloud to help the network management, and the answer is yes. So we'll talk a little more in the following sections. And now we know the challenges. Next is to know what can Planet help you with, and the network management system solution designed for different networks. So in general, there are small, medium, and large enterprises, and their network applications and requirements are different. For example, small business might not have the IT staff dedicated to this job, and the network architecture is quite simple, perhaps only a router or switches. But for medium sizes, you might need additional APs and IP phones for communication needs. So to fulfill the different applications, we offer 3 different products to meet the demand, starting with the Cloud Viewer. The Cloud Viewer is designed for small-sized businesses. And we have the NMS 500 for medium size and the NMS 1000V for large size businesses. And we will explain their features and different advantages for the following pages. Okay. First, let's talk about Planet Cloud Viewer. Cloud Viewer is a cloud-based app for monitoring networks. And the main feature is to monitor real-time status of the network devices from the internet. So no matter where you are, you just need to use your smartphone or use your tablet, and you can see all the device status of your company. And now our Cloud Viewer is available on Google Play or on the Apple Store, so you can download it for free. But it only supports some specific Planet switches and routers, so you need to check our website for the devices that it supports. And another is our hardware-based network management system products, the NMS 500 and the NMS 1000V. And both of these models, they have full features of network management. They can provide functions like centralized management, topology, AP controller features, and also support more Planet devices up to 10 different kinds, even for serial devices or the IP cameras. So how do we choose the right NMS solution? Well, it depends on different requirements, and we suggest the right solution for you. Say if you only need the viewer features and you need to manage devices for less than 20 knots, then we would suggest the cloud viewer for you. And if you need functions like topology, Wi-Fi configuration, or you need to manage devices up to 512 knots, then NMS 500 is the suitable product for you. And then if you need to manage up to 1024 devices, the NMS 1000V will be your choice. So here comes the application. As you can see the diagram here, it shows a typical network with various types of network devices. And from this diagram, we can see the network management system, the NMS 1000V, controls all Planet network, such as the switches, the wireless APs, the IP cameras, and everything. So the manager doesn't need to access the devices one by one. They can just simply use the NMS 1000V to centrally monitor all the network devices. Now we go into more details for the features and for the advantages and some of the scenarios of the hardware-based NMS 500 and NMS 1000V. Okay, so for NMS 500 and the NMS 1000V, they are family products. They have the same web GUI functions, and the differences is that the NMS 1000V can support up to 1024 devices, and it also has a touch panel. So you don't need a notebook or a PC to operate it, and just directly operate it, and you can see the status of your network from the touch panel. So when we will then introduce the functions like the dashboard, the simple operation, the topology, the AP controller, the map, and the alert and event on the following slides. So what's so unique about Planet NMS is that it integrates different protocols like the MQTT, the SNMP, the ONVIF, and Planet Smart Discovery into one device. And the NMS system can also manage up to 10 different types of Planet devices. So if you have devices like the serial device that supports SNMP protocol, or IP cameras that supports ONVIF, they can all be managed by Planet NMS 500 and NMS 1000V. And now we have an example of how the NMS solution can help you with. So here we have a medium-sized company for more than 80 employees, and their network consists of routers, L2+ switches, wireless APs, and IP phones. Now that the company is growing bigger and they plan to install more devices, and their IT administrator is facing more challenges, and they might be facing challenges like they need a quick overview of all the managed devices, or they need a simple way to add managed devices, or they need a Wi-Fi AP configuration, or when they need to require device locations or event notification. So for the first challenge, how can we get to the overview of all the managed devices? Well, all of the NMS products, we provide an intuitive and interactive dashboard to show the network summary. So the administrators can quickly have a preview and know how the devices is online or offline. For example, the dashboard that indicates 4 switches are offline. So if you click the blue area like it shown on the screen here, you can see the detailed information of the offline switches. And our NMS products can also provide the history graph of the WAN traffic and the PoE usage. So when you track history data, you can track for 1 week for analysis. Next, if you need a quick overview of all the managed devices, our NMS system can automatically draw the topology of the network. So you have a very good sense of how they are put together and what the network actually looks like. So when you use the topology function, you can also zoom in or zoom out the topology like it shows on the screen here. And it's much easier for you to find specific devices that you're looking for. And when you need a simple way to add devices, our NMS product provide a web GUI and a very simple operation to set up. When you connect a device into the network, simply do the following 3 steps. You can see here, step 1 is auto discovery. If a new device is connected to the network, click on the search button and the NMS will discover it directly. Step 2, add to the list. Select the device you want to manage and apply. And step 3, start monitoring and control devices. So from the screenshot here, you can see that the information of the IP address, the MAC address, and online and offline statuses. And over here is when we need the Wi-Fi AP configuration. So we know it takes a lot of time when people need to configure each AP. And with the NMS solution, the AP controller feature is provided. So it helps the IT manager to set up the AP configuration very quickly. You don't need to set up the SSID on each AP. With the AP controller function, you can just set up a group of APs with the same configuration. For example, on the left side here, the SSID configuration, you can set up the SSID name and password. Then apply this SSID to all the wireless APs. And it also reduces a lot of cost and time for installation. So our last challenge is that when we require some device location and maybe the event notification, and Planet NMS solution, we have a map function here. So for the devices can be located according to the field deployment. You can also upload your map, like the floor map of your business building. And it really helps a lot when you need to know where the devices are and save you a lot of time for on-site support and monitoring. For example, you can also see it here on the screen. We have the, we know where the AP is located on the Google map. And we can also check the device status or the wireless channels. Okay, so the NMS solution also provides the alert and event function, and it will notify the IT administrator when the problem occurs and help fixing the identified problem very quickly. For example, when a disconnection event occurs, a message is popped up to notify the IT administrator, and these messages will be recorded on the system for tracking, so the IT administrators will have the situation in control immediately. Now with the key features of the NMS 500 and the NMS 1000V explained in more details, I hope everyone now have a better idea of what Planet NMS system can offer. So we'll take a short break here. And I'm here to remind everyone that we do have a Q&A session at the end of this webinar. So if you have any questions, please submit to the chat room. I can see our chat room is already very busy here. And thank you everyone for your participation. And also you can send your inquiries to sales@planet.com.tw, and we'll get to everybody's questions at the end of this webinar. Now, let's get going, and we will continue with more features and advantages of Planet Cloud Viewer. Okay, so Planet Cloud Viewer is a cloud-based management app. So when connecting to the internet, you can monitor real-time status of your switches or routers anytime, anywhere. And the best benefit is that you don't need to be on the local site or to use a computer to connect to devices. Planet Cloud Viewer also has an intuitive GUI for user experience. So if you have used our Planet product, you'll be very familiar with the virtual panel. If not, there's no worries. Our Cloud Viewer is designed for everybody. There's no complicated configuration. It's simply to install it and use it. And here we have another scenario for a small business to show everybody how we can use the Cloud Viewer efficiently. So this company, there are 10 employees, and the network architecture consists of routers, L3 and L2 plus switches. And here are some of the challenges for smaller companies that might be facing. So the first one is there might not be a dedicated IT staff. So everyone who doesn't know the stuff need to fix the network sometimes. Also, when the network status needs to be monitored from anywhere or anytime. And when you need a tool for a quick overview of the managed devices. And last one is when some authorized employees needs to help monitoring the network, not just the owner itself. So with Planet Cloud Viewer will be your best choice here in this case, because the Cloud Viewer app is leveraging the Amazon AWS cloud platform, and which means it provides non-stop services for 24/7 remote access. And users can enjoy the convenience that the Cloud Viewer brought to them, and with no needing to monitor the devices anytime, anywhere, from the smartphone or from your tablet. And for here, if you have no dedicated IT staff, there is no problem. Planet Cloud Viewer app is designed with a simple way to set up. There are only 4 steps before you can start using our Planet Cloud Viewer app. Step 1, download. Download the app from the Google Play or the Apple Store. Step 2, register. Create a Planet Cloud Viewer account. Step 3, bind. Bind the network device to your account. And step 4, open the app and enjoy the services. So next is when you need a quick overview of the managed devices. So when you log into the Cloud Viewer, you will see a device list that you can find the basic information of all the registered devices, such as the model name, the device descriptions, the uptime or the online, offline statuses as is shown on the screen here. And if the device is online, you can see it for the green color. And you can tap on the device itself and go to the next page. So On the next page, you will see more detailed information of the device itself. You will see a panel to indicate status of each port, and the system information like IP, MAC, and even the firmware version. You can also see the device information and also the port, PoE, traffic statuses for each port. Okay, so last but not the least, with the Planet Cloud Viewer, the IT administrators can share their authority of device monitoring to any team members. It's also very easy to operate. So first, choose the device, then select the person you want to share with, and then it's done. So with Planet Cloud Viewer, all the authorized members can monitor the devices anywhere, anytime, just as the device owners. Okay, now that we have covered everything, let's do a quick recap of today's webinar. So first of all, Planet Network Management System Solution is designed for networks and for businesses of all sizes. And our NMS system, the NMS 500 and the NMS 1000V, are hardware bases with full functions of network management. And they can support up to 10 different types of devices, like the APs or the serial devices. As for the Cloud Viewer, it's a cloud-based app to monitor devices from the internet. So it's a very easy to use yet efficient tool that allows mobile users to check the network devices anywhere and anytime. Okay, I'm sure now all of our audience have a much better idea of how to choose the right NMS solution for your different demands after the presentation today. And now we can move to our Q&A session. Okay, I see here we are very busy here at the chat room, and I hope some of the answers are already being done, and we can go through some questions here and see if it helps more people. So let's just do the first question. I have someone here asking, he wants to check some device of some specific network devices, and how can he find out where the devices is located? Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you. And as we mentioned earlier in our presentation, we do provide a floor map function for the Planet NMS system. So connection status of the network devices and locations can be found on the with this function. So if you have a wireless AP, the signal coverage or even the strengths can also be identified, and you can see if it's operating normally. So make sure to utilize the floor map function, and then you can immediately see where your devices are. Okay, and now we have another question here. Okay, so this one, can we use Cloud Viewer app to remotely configure switches? Okay, that's a good question. As we mentioned earlier in our presentation, at the moment the answer is no. But for Planet Cloud Viewer is mainly for monitoring and for monitoring real-time devices. So you can see the device's current status for real time. And if you need to do device configuration, you need, I'm suggesting that choosing our NMS 500 or the NMS 1000V to remotely manage and configure the switches and other equipments. But like I said, we are constantly updating our products, so you're welcome to visit our website at www.planet.com.tw, and you will find us. We have weekly updates of all of our products. Okay. Okay, now, and we still have some more time, so we'll get to some more questions here. And now here, someone is asking, do you have products that meet the industrial protocols, such as Profinet or the Modbus TCP/IP? Okay, that's a very good one. Thank you. As you know, Planet, it's not NMS-related questions, but Planet provides a comprehensive product selection and solutions. So the answer is yes. All of our industrial-grade managed switches supports Modbus TCP/IP protocol. Also, we have Modbus TCP/IP converters, and we have some EtherCAT I/O modules, and you can find this information also on our website. And if you go to the industrial Ethernet or the our industrial automation section of the website, you will get more information about this. And also, if you have more specific product questions, you're also welcome to send your inquiries to sales@planet.com.tw. We always get back to everyone that interests in our solutions. Okay, and I think we can do maybe 3 more questions. Now we have 3 minutes left. Okay, so we have this one here. Someone here wants to know, how do they find a switch appropriate for them on Planet website? He wants to quickly find a switch he wants with a 24-port L2 switch with stacking and 10G uplink. Okay, that's a very detailed. Thank you. So like I said before, the answer is you can visit our website at www.planet.com.tw. And you can find the product selector function on our front page. Also, if you also go to the each of the product page, like the LAN switches or the PoE or the industrial Ethernet section of the products, you will also find the product selector. And you can simply key in the criteria you're looking for. For example, the port count, the link speed you need, or the switching features, and then you can select the models you want. And if you if you have further questions, you can also email to us anytime. Okay, we have 2 minutes, so let's see if we can get to more questions here. Now, we have a CloudViewer question here, so I think I'll do this one. Besides monitoring switches and routers, is there any other devices that we can monitor by using Planet CloudViewer app? Okay. So, like I said before, the Planet CloudViewer app also supports real-time on-viv camera snapshots. And the users are allowed to monitor on-site situations through this function by simply connect the on-viv camera to a support switch, or through a single click to capture button. Again, if you want to know more details, you can send us your inquiries later. So users can preview the snapshot from the on-viv camera on the app. Okay, and we have 1 last minute, so I'll try to get to one more question here. Let me see if we have anything interesting. Okay, so here's a good one. Someone has been following Planet. Someone is asking, we saw the VR exhibition on your website, and how can we find the demonstration of the NMS solution? That's a very good one, thank you. So our VR exhibition section is our latest on our website. If you click this icon, you will get to see the latest product exhibitions, the virtual ones, even without going to an actual exhibition. So The NMS solution is, like you see, it's right behind me over here. And when you enter the exhibition, just go 180 degrees backwards, and you will see the demonstration of the videos or more details of everything we talk about on the VR exhibition on our website. Okay, now we've reached our time. So if you want to know more about Planet, like I said, you can go to our website at www.planet.com.tw. And I want to thank you for your participation, and we hope to see you soon again. Thank you. Bye-bye.